Hey friends, welcome back in our Spiritual Vitbits. We have discussed so many things in the first part of Terms in Spirituality. The last question was auto writing, and we just started mediumship. So let's know more about mediumship and other questions. Srikanth sir, welcome.
Namaste.
Namaste. So you just started first term as mediumship. So what is mediumship?
Yes, like in our previous episode, we spoke about the auto writing, like the guides and spirits help you to write
Yeah.
something scribble on the paper, and after that it becomes a very knowledgeable book kind of a thing to publish. And these messages comes from the higher worlds.
Right.
For the people who are on the mother earth, staying on the mother earth in the physical realm. So when it comes to mediumship, what happens is the higher world guides or the spirit angels, they try to communicate with them through a medium. Like there are few persons who are very much psychic. So they are able to understand the messages, they are able to take messages from someone, and they are able to give it to the person. I have rightly mentioned in the last episode about a book called The Laws of Spirit World, written by the Khurshid Bhavanagari. Like in this book, what happens is the couple, Khurshid Bhavanagari couple, they are somewhere around 60 years old, and they have younger children of age 21 and 22 years, and they go on a road trip. They met with an accident, and both the children die at spot.
Oh.
So now the old couple do not know like what to do, like how to lead this life without their children, because they thought that in the old days, like their children will support them, and they will become the support system for them. So but now there is no road ahead, there is a completely dead end for them. So some person who has the ability to communicate with the souls, they come to them and they tell that the souls of your sons are communicating with me. They have a message for you. That person shares with them what kind of interests the children have, like what they like, what are their dislikes. So these old couples, they do not understand like whether it is true or not. But when that person tells them that these are the interests of your son, so only they were able to know like what is the interest of their son and this thing. So after knowing that, they understand that okay, they are trying to communicate with them. So then slowly they also try increase their energy levels. They also start doing meditation, and they themselves get directly connected with the higher world. So then when there is a greater bond is established between their sons in the higher worlds, and then the communication begins. So they starts communicating how the spirit world works, how the law of karma works. So the entire book speaks the volumes about like how the spirit world operates. For example, we have seen a very famous Bollywood personality who has killed a few people who were sleeping on the footpath. And here after 4, 5 years or 6 years, the case was in the court and he was given a clean chit.
Right.
But there he has killed someone and he has to be punished. But he has given clean chit here in this court. But in the higher worlds, the scenario will be different, because the person who has committed some crime or anything, so in the higher worlds he will be given or he will be taken action as per the deeds he has done here. That is how the law of karma operates there, because he is an influenced person here, but in the higher worlds there is no such kind of law there. You may be anybody in the physical world. You may be MLA, or you may be chief minister, or you may be prime minister, or you are a general secretary in the UN, or you are the president in the USA. Nothing will stop you from getting the karmas. The bad karmas, if you have done, you will definitely have to bear the fruit of the bad karma. And if you have done something good for the society, yes, you are eligible for the good karma. That is how the rule operates in the higher world. So that is written very much in the book called The Laws of Spirit World by Khurshid Bhavanagari. And this is how the book tells like how the soul can communicate, the guides can communicate with you. And so much of thing is mentioned there. So if somebody is interested in about mediumship, if they read this book, I think this is the best book. They will come to know about the mediumship, like how the angels help you to communicate with you, and they sometimes guide you also. So they will tell you like what to do, what not to do, and so many things. And after that, your life will be a different thing.
True. Yeah.
And everybody cannot be communicate with the souls or the higher spirit. You require some kind of a capability or the caliber, the psychic abilities you need to develop. Some people it is natural. Some people, like when they are doing meditation, sometimes they get connected with that kind of abilities. So it is different for the different people, but it is not everyone's cup of tea. Out of 10, maybe we can say 1 or 2 people will have that kind of a psychic abilities to communicate with the higher souls or higher world people, or they become the medium. And through the messages what they receive from the spirit world, they become a medium, and through them they deliver it to the persons who do not have access to the higher world.
It's very much interesting, and so many people, as you said, all are not eligible to access those kind of things. But few of the women, if somebody left physical body, they try to communicate through a person in the family. Not everyone.
Yeah.
There may be 5 people, but only one person get either dream or they feel the presence of that person.
Yes.
And they get some messages kind of things.
Yes, yes.
So if the soul is a good soul, they feel light with them. But if soul was not that good, they feel like heaviness, and they get fear of all these things. So could you please elaborate in a brief that what is the difference between auto writing and mediumship?
In auto writing, you just get messages and you just jot
Write
it down,
it,
write
yeah.
it down. But whereas in mediumship, you get the messages and you become a medium to communicate these messages through various mediums. Like you can write a book, or you can deliver a lecture, or you can give a online session. And so you become the person to have the access to the that kind of knowledge, and you become the medium, and you become the instrument in like sharing the knowledge.
Right.
So that is the major difference between a mediumship and auto writing. And sometimes it can be clubbed together. A person who is a medium also can have the ability to write.
It's like all are not really eligible to get this access, but few people, they don't know, but something is, they're getting connected to the higher world. And I think this knowledge are already available. It's not something new that we are coming across. It's already somewhere, as Akashic records are there. So this kind of, so many records are already there. So I think this aeroplane and this kind of things are discovered, but not new, because Pushpak Viman, we already heard that in Ramayana, in Treta Yuga, it was already there.
Yeah.
So these things are, I think, just people are getting mediumship messages from the higher world souls.
Yes. Like in the recently the ISRO chairman, Indian Space Research Organization chairman, he has also mentioned that all the things like the rockets, the missiles, what we are designing now, it is already like given in the Vedas.
Right.
So it is mentioned in the Vedas. So like our ancestors were ahead of us. After the passage of time, we were not having the access to the core records of the Vedas, and that is the reason like we were not able to develop, because so many outsiders like invaded the country. So many records were destroyed, and the main things somebody they have taken it, but they were not having the access to read those things, because those scriptures were written in Sanskrit. And to decode the codes what are written, they needed an Indian brain to decode them, because it was written in Sanskrit.
Sanskrit, right.
Now after the globalization, yes, they have understood that every country has to help each other and they share the knowledge, so that it is for the common welfare of the humanity, humanity as a whole. So let us not divide it into fragments. Let's come together and share the knowledge. And now the sharing is happening. Now the ISRO is connecting with the NASA, and NASA is connecting with the other space organizations together for the welfare of the Earth, planet Earth. And yes, they are working it together. And all these things were prevalent before our birth. That means the knowledge was already there with our ancestors.
I believe that our ancestors were more, connected with their own self. They were not this much diverted,
Yeah.
and their energies. They used to. They were more spiritual. So now, as we are into multiple things, our energy get depleted by all so many nonsense things. So that's why nowadays those who are spiritual, those who are practicing spirituality, meditation, and those who can, uh, those who can store their energy in a right way, they get all these eligibilities.
Most of the, like our ancestors, they were connected with the nature in a
Nature.
natural manner.
Yes.
Now we are going against the nature.
Against it.
That is the
True.
reason, like we are not, when we are not connected with the nature, so all the things which are not natural, it is becoming unnatural, because the rains are not coming in time, the seasons are not coming in time, and there are so many feminines in some places, landslides, earthquakes, and so many volcanic eruptions, are all these things are happening. Why? Because the mankind is going against the nature. They are dwelling all the mountains, they are cutting down the trees, they are killing the animals brutally. So all these things is
One
like
more
affecting the
reason, yeah.
natures.
Yeah, yeah.
Because every element is important for the nature, whether it is a sheep, whether it is a goat, whether it is a hen, when it is a fish, when it is a bird, when it is human, everybody is connected.
Yeah.
So we have to understand that we have to live in this ecosystem together, not by killing someone. When we are able to understand this, then we will be able to bring back the balance in the ecosystem. We will be able to bring back the balance on the earth.
Very beautiful message you have given here. So let's move ahead. There are so many other things called, soul partners, twin souls.
Yes.
So what is twin soul?
I will just, before going into twin souls, there is one more point I just wanted to add in the psychic abilities. The women had natural psychic abilities in those days. In Osho also mentions in his book, like in the Book of Women, he mentions that the woman has a lot of psychic abilities. They were able to foresee the things.
Yeah, especially mothers,
Mothers, yeah.
If something is to happen with children or husband, they get some intuition before they just warn them. So this is, and still now women, they have sixth sense. So
Yes.
this is very much true.
Yeah, like and in few civilization, the women had, they were having the leadership qualities. They can foresee the things, they can deliver child. So the men community was very much afraid, like if everything they are going to take over, then what is the thing left with us? So that is the reason they have come up with another backup plan. Like they have considered these women as witches. They consider them, they are witches, always come up with some bad idea which is destructive. And like this, they have cornered the women, which those women who are having the psychic abilities.
Yeah.
And they have burned them alive. So all these things has happened in the history. So all these things is mentioned by Osho in his book called The Book of Women, and various other books also he has mentioned. The Book of Women, yeah.
Okay, okay.
So Osho has never written a book, but he has given the lectures. Yeah. So in that, like they have formed it as into a book, and all the things he has told about the feminine energy, the woman energy. So they have consolidated and made into a book called Book of Women. And again, he has told about masculine energy.
Right.
So like how the man performs, or how the energies of masculine energy works. So that they have made it into a book called the Book of Man. So the Book of Man is there, the Book of Women is also there. So every man and woman has to read both the books, so that you can understand the opposite sex. So coming back to our topic on
Twin souls.
twin souls, like the souls, when the soul is cut into two parts, it becomes a twin soul.
Okay.
So one soul has already vacated the body, it is in the higher soul, and the other part of the soul is somewhere here. So he is striving for the other part. He will not get happiness or peace when the other part is in the higher worlds. So the other soul which is in the higher worlds, he again takes the birth on the earth to help the other half, and they come together. Sometimes it is husband and wife, sometimes it is a person who is in the among the family. It may be, sometimes it may be friend circle. So the twin souls operate in that manner. So that
one soul, they just divide them into two parts,
two
and they
parts,
go into two bodies, two
two
different
bodies,
bodies.
two different bodies. So sometimes we casually say that we are two bodies but one soul.
Yeah.
So that is true for the, when we say twin flame. So this statement works out completely for them.
So even I heard that, for example, a soul has to take experience of 100 years.
Yeah.
And if it is not ready to spend that much longer time on planet Earth, it will split into two parts. It will go into two different bodies.
Yes.
So they can just gather all experiences in shorter time. So for example, they can just play a role for 50 years in
Yeah.
different bodies. And there will be very much strong attraction between both of them. And generally they goes like as a man and woman. They will be not, both will be not male.
Same gender.
Yeah, both will be not female. So there will be different genders, and there will be very much strong attraction, and at the same time very strong repulsion also, because
Yeah.
so many things will be same. So when things are same, they cannot accept in that way,
Yeah.
because two people, they have to be different to stay together.
Hmm.
If both are same, they cannot stay together.
Yeah, there
They'll
is a
start.
statement like opposite poles attract each
Yeah.
other, the same poles repel each other.
So this is interesting. Sir, as you were mentioning about psychic abilities, there are so many different psychic abilities,
Yeah.
like clairvoyance, clairaudience. So what are these terms?
Yeah, all these things can be clubbed into one thing called clairvoyance.
Right.
In clairvoyance, again, you will have clear audience, clear
Audience.
vision.
Right.
So all these things happen. So like anybody who is having these psychic abilities or the special abilities, in the clear audience, they are able to listen to the sounds which are from 100 kilometers apart. And they are sometimes able to listen to the communication of the spirit world. Some spirits, they come and they communicate and they are able to listen. And clear vision is like seeing the things which normal eye cannot see. Maybe they are able to see the images of the angels or the souls which are here nearby. They have that kind of ability. And sometimes also some people are able to smell the flowers. If there is some flowers are there, maybe rose flowers are after 5 kilometers you find some rosary, like some person has planted the rose plants, and here after 5 he is somewhere in the distance of 5 kilometers and still he is able to smell those flowers. That is also the psychic ability. And some thought thinking pattern, like a clear vision kind of thing, he is able to see. Clear audience, he is able to hear. And some like telepathy happens. Some kind of telepathy also comes under this kind of a category. Like somebody is thinking about him, and he that messages comes to him, and suddenly he starts calling him. Sometimes it happens
Yeah,
to us
yeah,
also,
yeah,
for the
yes.
general people also.
Yes,
Like
yes.
we think about somebody and they call us back.
Yeah.
Why? Because the telepathically we are connected with that person.
True. Yeah.
So these things happen in a normal manner, but the psychic ability is exceptional case. Only few people will have that kind of ability. Out of 10, maybe 1 or 2 persons will have. And the persons who, few people get this ability naturally. By birth they have the ability. Like women, they have, as you have rightly mentioned, that women already have this kind of ability naturally, because they are connected with the nature. Because the nature always gives everything, and woman has the capacity to give. She has the capacity to give a new birth into this world, and man does not have. So naturally the women will have the natural psychic abilities.
Yes, women, you very well said. Even I get this very frequently, telepathy. Like if someone is just thinking about me, I call up, or these things like very much frequently it happens. So next, move ahead with other terms, chakras and auras. What are these terms?
Yeah, chakras, like the chakras are the energy centers in our body. Like they are responsible for the functioning of that parts. Like we have 7 chakras. Most of the people are aware,
Yeah.
Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, like that. So in English terminology, they call it as a root chakra,
Right.
the lower chakra, lowermost chakra, then the sex chakra, then the navel chakra, then the heart chakra, and the throat chakra, the bro chakra somewhere here, and the crown chakra. The crown chakra, like most of the people, they say that it is not a chakra, it is a sthiti or state. So once you all the chakras get activated, the 7th chakra to get activated, or the 7th state, is where you have to finally reach. And there are some few says that there are so many chakras even beyond the 7th chakra. There are some up to 10 chakras also. Like those chakras are not at the physical level, they are at the astral level. So like Brahmarshi, Rajarshi, so these kind of category we have given to some sages or some people. Like they have these chakras activated because they are connected with the cosmos. So a Brahmarshi is a person who knows like what is happening in the other parts of the world in the cosmos. like Brahmarshi Subhash Patriji, we have given his name because as per his sthiti, like he has the access of the other galaxies also, what is happening. That is the reason he was also the member of the cosmos, like the higher authority. So in that manner, these chakras get activated, and those people whose chakras are activated in the higher worlds, they are connected with the cosmos. And below the root chakra also, there are some more lower chakras will go into the lower worlds, and so many chakras are there. So there are 7 major chakras, and there are few spiritual organizations which say that there are 2 chakras in your palms also.
Okay.
So, and in your foot there are 2 more chakras. So they tell you 7 plus 2 9 plus 2 11 chakras are there, and there are small mini chakras, fingers.
Okay.
So the mini chakras are also there. Entire body you have mini chakras also, which are also running, and they are doing your like work easy. Like all the cells are functioning and this thing. So sometimes when you take a wrong diet, when in terms of the physical food or the wrong things, if you see a scary movie, then the chakras activate very fast, or maybe it gets struck up, because you are some energy is connecting you. When you meet with somebody, the auras is also exchanging, and you like the aura is like 1 feet. Everyone has a 1 feet aura. This is a normal aura.
Right.
But if the aura is going up beyond 1 feet, or let us say 3 feet, that means there is some disturbance in the aura.
Okay.
There are some other element which is disturbing you. Maybe the emotional content, you are very much emotional. That is the reason the aura is expanding. In some organization, we have this is called as a wand. Even we can sense the aura. Like what is your normal aura? What is this thing? We can sense it through this wand. So and there are so many other techniques in this spirituality, where they do so many things, and they can sense everything. You can clean your aura. There are so many techniques, and the best way and the simpler way where we can clean our aura is by doing meditation. If you sit under the pyramid and you are doing meditation, then naturally the chakras gets activated. So there are few spiritual organizations, even they teach the chakra balancing also, the activation of chakras. There are so many things are there prevalent, but the natural way is to do meditation. Naturally it gets activated.
It's really great to know all these terms, and these are very, we should know in day-to-day activities also, in day-to-day life, so that we will be updated by spiritual terms. And if we get any question, any doubt, because in childhood we used to get a lot of questions, that time we were not getting the right answers. But now after coming into spirituality, by reading books, or by meeting spiritual masters, we started understanding all these terms. So spirituality and science are not different terms. These are quite scientific. So it gives us so many answers in a right way.
Yes.
So thank you, sir. Thank you for explaining these terminologies in very brief and in very simple language, so that people can understand it well. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hey friends, I know you loved this episode. Please comment below if you want to know more terminology in spirituality. Thank you for watching it, and please like, share, subscribe PMC English, and please share this video with everyone. Thank you friends.